Hello everyone, Leafier here. Today we have the greatest match ever played, the most competitive match ever. Dark Magician Mirror match. So let's get started. So it's an easy match. I go first. I have a really weird hand, but I'm gonna try to fix it up. Speed this up. So I make a mistake here and I banish the spider, which sucks, because later on it's important. I also banish the attack conditions, which is also important. So I go normal summon, no Ash, but it says my circle. I pop back this one, that way I can add it with my circle. So I add it with circle. I use it, that way I can get my Eternal Soul. Then I use my Apprentice Magician in order to get the Dark Magicians. I discard the fusion because I'm gonna go for Dragonfly and fusion. And so all my DP stuff is already on the grave, so that's great. No more bricks. So here we go, DP, and I use the Heavenly Prison. This is now being shown. That's important. You cannot destroy my set card. So he goes for a play here. And I know that he can go for a Piranha Plant, so I don't want him to do that, so I go for this play. And I destroyed that one because I don't want her to get the attack boost, which was a mistake later on, as you'll see. I should have banished the Dark Magician Girl. But I didn't. I tried it here and well, it didn't work out because it's a quick effect, so that was a good play on his part. So I summoned my Heavenly Prison Lord, and then I put Super Poly because I know that I'm gonna get a lot of targets for Magicians. That's what I thought, but it's Spanish. It doesn't matter. And he goes for Piranha Plant, I go DP. It's easy to hit. Then he goes for Dueling Card, Martialized Fusion. He banishes 5. He summons Quentin Magician and puts everything. So that's a great play he did. I was really excited to see this play because it's just a cool boss monster. I've never been able to summon myself. It's not. I don't have the guts to do it. So I summon Ash Blossom with that effect. That way I can get rid of my hands. Because if I get rid of my hand, I'm able to draw 2 cards. So that's pretty much what I want. Friday he ashes me. Whatever, get to that 2 cards. I just need a summon something. And here we go. More draws. I draw my circle, try to get more cards, I couldn't. But then I go for this play. It's a great play. It's a quick effect, so you can revive things even if your opponent's turn, which is great. But right now, you just needed to use it with something. You use circle and ban. So that's great because his guy is super protected, has really high attack, you cannot destroy it, and you cannot tribute it, so it's a really protected card. Here I use this quick effect just in case he banishes my my queen. If she banishes it, whatever, I already have the monster on board. Here he's gonna special summon, so I just use my maxi because I'm not really gonna have many more opportunities. He goes for it, he uses the circle, banishes my Magician, which sucks because right now I have no Dark Magicians online. I got Skill Ring, which is pretty useless. Now I got a Dark Magician online. I got no way to revive it, but it's like whatever, I'll banish it. Could have gone for circle, but whatever. Get another Super Poly, useless. But at this point, got the match under my control. He stopped decking. Have a really good board. Dark Magician breaks a lot, so pretty safe right now. So yeah, special summon. That way I can get rid of my Skill Ring. I'm gonna draw 2 cards, so I get my Eternal Soul back. I only run 1. That's why I use this play. Yeah, at this point, super safe. I'm a Dark Magician player, so I know what he can do. He can do it. Go for the flex. finish the game. Now to the deck. He's my opponent. Great match, man. Great match. So this is the deck list. I played 2 Dark Magicians. The reason why you play 2 is because they're not garnets in hand, but you necessarily don't want to see them. So 2 is the best. 2 is too bricky. If you play just 1, they can just get rid of it. So it's better to play 2. This is the MVP of the deck, Magician Souls. It's a pretty special summon that sends the Dark Magician to the graveyard, which makes it online for cards like Eternal Soul and Soul Servant. So this is an MVP. You can either special summon itself and discard a, well, not discard, I guess it's send a spell trap to draw cards. So you can send useless cards or just to get more draw power. You can also just special summon the Dark Magician from the graveyard if you don't want to special summon this card. But usually just want to special summon it. That way you can get 2 monsters from the field using your normal summon, which is usually Rot. Once you get 2 monsters, you can just go into Piranha Plant, go into Phoenix. Maxi, self-explanatory, wins you games by itself. If anything, you can just normal summon it. Magician's Rod, this is your normal summon. Searches any Dark Magician card. I think it has to be a spell or trap. There's no spell trap, and it searches them. And it's great because it gets your playstyle. You can go for Circle to get more top 2 cards of your decks. It excavates them, and if you see any Dark Magician cards, you can just pull it up. Or if you go for Souls, once you already have Dark Magician or Dark Magician Grow online, it draws you a free card. Great choices. Ash Blossom, great card. This is great because you can just normal summon it. If you have a Dark Magician on the field, you can just make a Rumor for, which is not in this deck, but something that you can do if you want. But if not, you can just normal summon her and go into DP. This is for DP. It's great. It draws you 2 cards, which is amazing. Dark Magician Grow, it's really much just to send to the graveyard. You want her in the graveyard. I'll explain why later on. Dasher, this is great because it gets to special summon a monster. That way, if you get like a Maxi or a Nash, you can just special summon it. That way you get them out of your hand and you get 2 monsters really easily. Just to make something place, and you want to have no cards in your hand so you can activate Celestial. I love this card, Apprentice Magician. Discard a card, special summon it, and then add a Dark Magician to the hand. This is great, but you don't really want to play too many of them. But it's good at once because you can just use it sometimes just to get the DP combo started. Heavenly Prison, it's a great card. In this deck, you have a lot of traps and quick effect spells, so you may not want to use it for protection, but when you use it, it's a free special summon that sets any cards. So if you get this one, and then this one, Soul Servant, you can just use it to in order to special summon it and set whatever card you want. So you can search Skill Drain or Torrential or even Impermanence, whatever card you need, you can search it with this one. You can set it directly from the deck, so that's great. Terraforming, this is to search one of my favorite cards, Magician's Salvation. So what Salvation does is that when you special summon a Dark Magician, and if you have a Dark Magician go on the graveyard, you can special summon them both, so it's great. Well, when you special summon Dark Magician, you special summon this one. You can see 2 bodies on the field. Well, that's amazing because I really love Dark Magician Grow, and you don't see many other ways of playing her, so it makes her useful. So that's why I love this card. Fusion Destiny, that's to summon DP. It's a great card in this deck because you can go into grind games, and well, DP is big and it's grindy. That's why I love it. Prosperity, you don't really use most of your extra deck. There's a lot of super fusion targets. Once you see what your opponent is doing, you can just ignore them. If you see that they're not gonna be useful, so it's great. It trusts you pretty much through 6 cards, and Dark Magician draws so much that you gotta find something playable. Circle, this is great. It searches the top 2 cards of your deck and adds any Dark Magician spell to your hand. That's great. I love it for that. But other than that, when you special summon a Dark Magician, you get to banish a card. So that's great because it doesn't destroy, it banishes. But it it outs some stuff that usually wouldn't be outable, and it outs him in a way of a spell form, so it cannot be negated by usual negators that just negate monster effects. Super poly, amazing card, breaks board, just amazing. I love it, especially because Dark Magician has so many ways into going into it. It's just a lot of fun. Soul Servant searches you a Dark Magician card. It's amazing because you can search cards that are in the graveyard or banish already. So, for example, we just run one Eternal Soul. So if they get rid of the Eternal Soul, the only way to get it back is with a Soul Servant. And if you have a Dark Magician in grave, you get to draw a card. And if you have a Dark Magician, Pro, you draw 2 cards. So that's great. Torrential Tribute, amazing card. You don't really need your board that much. Your end goal is to have Circle, Eternal Soul, and Dark Magician and Grace. That way you can keep reviving him and banishing stuff. Better yet, if you have Dark Magician Girl and Magician Salvation, that's your perfect board. Your perfect goal is pretty much empty, so you don't really care about Torrential Tribute. You have monsters. Infinite Impermanence, great card. Going first, it can be used as a negate on your turn. It can also be used as a hand trap going second, so that's amazing. Skill Drain, this wins you game by itself, so that's why I have it. I only have it at 2 though, because I don't like it that much, to be honest. I prefer play my combos off. It's more fun. But 3 will be fine. It wins you game by itself sometimes, so 3 is fine. I just don't like it that much, so that's why I don't play that. But if I had to, I would cut, I guess, Torrential or something to add 3 skill drains. But I don't like winning that way. So I'm only playing at 2. And Eternal Soul, this one revives the Dark Magician from either your graveyard or from your hand and to the field. So this is what keeps you vibing your Dark Magician. But I only play at once because this one searches it. This one searches this one by itself. So you have 3 of them pretty much. And if you for some reason gets destroyed, you can just search it with Soul Servant. It's not a big of a deal. Because if you drop multiples of them, it's a break. So it's better off to just have it off at once and just get it back with Soul Servant. For the extra deck, super poly targets. Mod Dragon is a generic super poly target. It hits pretty much almost every deck. Because all you need is same type, different attribute. This one's for dragons, Dark Magician plus Dragon. This one protects your spells and traps, so it's great. This one, Dark Cover, is great. It's Dark Magician plus a warrior. It gets really big and it can negate stuff, but you need to discard a card, so it's like a dragon. And this one's our Magician's amazing card because Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, they're together, and I really love that. I really love Dark Magician, and I love it when she's playable. DP, amazing card. This card is amazing because it just negates stuff, and if your opponent plays dark monsters, their whole board gets only does the whole board get eaten out. You also get a negate for free, and that's amazing. This one just to get rid of Dark Magician because you want it in your graveyard so you can keep reviving it. This one's to get rid of Rod because you want it in your graveyard. That way you can get it back to your hand. If you use a Spell's Trap during your opponent's turn, you can tribute a spellcaster in order to get it back to your hand. So next turn you can normal summon it and get another search. IP, same thing, get rid of your monsters and interruption later on. This one for the DP combo. This Unicorn, same thing, IP combo. This one's amazing. This one's great because the revival is actually quick effect, so you don't necessarily need to have Eternal Soul. You can just have this one and keep reviving the Dark Magician this way. Later on in the game when she has a one-shot counter something. Appaloosa, this one's not that good, to be honest. Mainly you go into rank wars with Celine, so you don't really get a lot of counters on her. So she's not that good. And of course, Access Cold Tucker, haven't used them much. I just crafted it, but yeah, he's great. He gets really big. He gets to pop a lot of stuff, especially if you use a lot of link monsters. So there we go. That's Dark Magicians.